What's going on, Sha?
Oh, not much. What's going on with you?
I was actually wondering how you felt
Uh-oh.
about the new J-Lo tattoo.
I'm sorry, the what?
You ain't see Jennifer Lopez's tattoo? Where she got like the infinity love thing with her and her boo's initials. I
No,
know
but
you're a
that
big
sounds.
a
I
Ben fan,
am. That
you
that
know.
sounds like some shit that she would do. What is it? Let's see here. So now I gotta look it up.
I saw it. I was like, yeah, Shaw's gonna see this.
I can't believe I haven't seen it, but I also. Oh, they each got tattoos
Yeah,
of.
it's like two
Hers.
it's. I think he got arrows and she got like an infinity thing,
Oh boy.
and it
Oh,
has
oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, so.
because their love is forever, Shaw.
It. Hmm. I mean, look. I'm
It's
not.
cute.
It's adorable. It's
Yeah.
adorable, and at this point, mark yourself up, babe. Do what you want to do. Um, I mean, at least with Ben Affleck, there are a couple of Jennifers that could be. There's Lopez, there's Garner. I mean, like he kept it simple.
Real talk.
Um,
And he only went with the letters, so he opens up a ton of options.
Right, exactly.
Any J woman,
Any
he's
J
still good.
woman. It could be a Justine, a Jordan.
That's it.
He's a little limited, but it could still it could be someone whose last name is Jones. It could be January Jones. That's both of them. So there's that. It's so I hope they really are like in love. Like, you know what I mean? I guess they really do, second time around and whatnot. But I guess I was worried about where the tattoos were.
Okay.
Like, were they in a place where it's like, oh, we're always going to see it? But it looks like on her, it's just kind of on her side.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it is on him.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
I
don't
can't
know.
tell what body part that is, but he's already got a huge phoenix on his back. So he's made his tattoo mistake. Like, he went smaller, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's got to own that.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess good for them. At least it's not on their ring finger or some horrible, extremely like noticeable place. Why not? I mean, those two crazy kids. She just loves love,
Yeah.
She's just one of those people.
I'm always curious how toxic they are with each other.
Well, they got matching tattoos, and I don't know of any couple where they're just like, we got matching tattoos, where I'm like, yeah, that's gonna last. So honestly, it's kind of like what they say about when married couples renew their vows.
Okay.
And it's not like a big anniversary, like it's not like their 50th or even their 25th. It's like 12 years in, they're like, we're gonna renew our vows, and it's like, uh-oh. Something happened. Something happened.
Hell
so, yeah.
Nobody needs a new toaster that bad. Okay.
Yeah, like, okay. You got to declare in front of all of us again that you love each other.
Usually, all of us know why too. Okay.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know if saying the vows over are going to make her forget about that lady, or yeah. But yeah,
hey man,
so
I'm rooting for them.
I guess I am too.
Like they look cool in pictures. Like I will say,
I love seeing them photographed together.
Yeah, they genuinely that's pretty. That's beautiful.
Yeah, they look fantastic together. They know all their angles.
Yeah.
I like, because she is clearly a lot, right? She is a lot. And Ben, I think, is also a lot. And I don't want to say in a quieter way, just in a different male way, perhaps. But he understands. He seems to understand what that a lot means for her. And so he is always just like, I am here to put my arm around you, or to move out of the way, wherever you know what I mean? And for two people who are a lot to who are a lot in similar ways to understand how the other is a lot and be supportive of that instead of jealous. That's growth. That's great. And I mean, you want to stay with that person. Um, you know what I mean? Because I mean, Ben Affleck has been through whatever he's been through, and then sat down in a quiet moment and said, "I miss J Lo." So like he likes it, you know. I miss old girl. So here we are. Yes, matching tattoos, of
Hell
course.
yeah. It was
Two different
beautiful.
two different weddings. Why not? You know, or is there a third one? Like, did they have a wedding a week for like two? You know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
yeah, just
there's a new
fill it
wedding
up.
every week. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, why
Let's
not?
do
Yeah, just add that to it. A
it.
tasteful tattoo that's on your knuckle or at the base of your neck. I can't tell which.
Cause like it so like I saw this on the night before Valentine's Day,
Okay.
the tattoo, and like it just strikes me how different like uh we commemorate love. Cause like
Okay.
like so like I think I've said this on the show. For Valentine's Day, I just surprised Gabby with M&Ms in a different place.
Yes.
Yeah, so like and so like my most expensive Valentine's Day was $25 worth of M&Ms.
Mhm.
And I just put them in different places, you know.
Mhm.
I try to hide it. I try to make her feel like I forgot. That's also part of the fun, so that when she finds it, it's a bigger surprise.
Sure.
But I've been doing it now for like it's got to be like 17 years,
Hmm.
right? So I feel like she knows he's not gonna forget this. You know, it's
Right.
it's a fun one.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I'm not like permanently like marking myself either. Like I don't know why. Just like we had a talk like that once. She's like, "I love you," but like, I think part of why we work is that like, like if you die, I'm gonna be fine, right? And I'm like, yeah, I hope so. Like people still need to function,
Right.
and like there's people that like the way that they love makes me wonder if they'd recover sometimes.
Mm.
You know?
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah,
There are some people, there are some couples where you're like, what's gonna happen when when one of you's gone?
yeah. Like
Like,
it's
can you function? Because you
yeah,
guys have been together for so long. Can you
yeah.
do it?
Like I'm admittedly very like we work as a team. So like I'm dependent
Mhm.
on her on the day to day, but like if something happens, like I'm gonna be okay. Like, the kids are gonna be fine. We will move on as a family. Like kids will graduate, they will eat, like things will be okay.
Mhm.
I don't know about that all the time with some of these couples. It's like, yo, my man, like if she goes, I don't know if your heart is gonna be fine. Like you might
Right. Yeah.
just crumble and be in a
Who's
room.
gonna remind you to be a person?
Yeah, like hey, you showered in the last month or so, like shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah, just yeah. That is kinda wild to think about. And I think about as a single person, um, what is that even like to let someone in that much?
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't quite picture it. It will always because it's always been me, it
yeah,
will always be me, and then whoever it is that I've let around me. So, to let one person in to me as close to me as I am to me, it doesn't feel weird, but it is a struggle. It
mm,
is it is a process, and, I have really yet to get there because, not everyone wants to do that work.
right,
And it's gotta be work on both ends. I gotta be able to open up and let a person in, they have to understand that it's gonna take a minute because I've been this for a while. And
yeah,
then it also on the flip end, they have to let me in, and I gotta understand, well, maybe this isn't this isn't the norm for them either.
yeah,
So, there's all of that, and so when I see the kind of love of just like, oh, man, I don't eat until he puts something on the table, or I can't think without him like, he paid all the bills. I don't know what anything I'm just like, "You got to be kidding me. Nothing?
yeah. Like that's like
You
wow.
let everything go? Like, you have no idea as to whoa, y'all were too close.
Yeah,
You're too
like
close." You know, like you don't know how bills are paid, and he doesn't know how to heat water. Like,
Yo.
what are we doing?
Yeah, like that's a little too much teamwork, okay?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
You still got
part
to
of
be
running a good
people.
company is like you got to switch roles every now and then, just so
Mm-hmm.
you know how the other side operates,
Yep.
you know? Good machinery, okay? You got to do it. I don't know.
That is
I be getting worried. I'm seeing people like, yeah, that's a little too, you too in.
Yeah,
You got
but
to
I
take a
mean,
day
I
off.
feel like both uh, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, even with these tattoos, which do seem like to be a bit much, are they'll be fine. I don't want to say when they break up, but I mean, let's say I certainly don't want to. I don't want to talk down anyone's love, but I think we all, if it were to happen in the next 5 years, we would not be shocked. Um, The only person who would be shocked less than us would probably be the tattoo artist who did this work. The whole time just like, "Yo, this is
He
not
ain't even
forever."
stencil that shit. He just like,
Yeah, he's
all
just like, I'll freehand it, I got it.
right.
I'm not, I'm gonna make it real loosey so that if you need to cover it up, maybe we can we can do that."
You don't want to use the dark ink on this one, trust me.
Yeah, yeah. We'll let this fade. We'll let this fade naturally. Um, but yeah, I mean, those two wacky kids, why not? Um, that does I because I want to think that they woke up and they were like, let's get tattoos together. But I
Right.
also feel like that's not really how J Lo
Yeah, nah.
lives.
I can't
Like
see
that.
J-Lo doing that.
No, because I mean, someone did the research and found the tattoo artist and found, the price and like where to go and all this stuff. Because a year ago, she was like, "Hey, I think I got Ben back. Find a tattoo artist. I'm gonna introduce that about a year in or whatever." You know what I mean? Like, I just,
Uh,
yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
Gabby got like 9 tattoos, and I still wouldn't get a matching tattoo with her.
Do you have a tattoo? Oh yeah, you
No.
do, right?
No, no,
No, you
no. I've
don't.
talked about this. When my net worth is $4 million, I'm gonna get a full arm. Like I'm gonna get a whole sleeve done. That's how I'm gonna announce that I've made it. Cause like at that point, I'm like, yeah, I'm never going back to corporate. I don't care.
Do you know that corporate is littered with tattoos right now?
I
No one
do.
gives a fuck.
Yeah, but it wasn't when I came up with this plan. And I'm
You
sticking with
can
it.
All right, you can always shift the plan if you want
It's
a
fair.
sleeve.
It's fair.
You can.
But I don't
Three
know. I feel
million.
like
You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
it's like what it means to me that like I've earned this from jokes. Like if I get to like that level of net worth and security from art, I want
Mhm.
like art on my arm.
All right. Well, I hope if you don't get to that level and
Yeah.
you don't get a sleeve and it is your last days and you are surrounded by the people that you love, I hope you're not like, comedy was a farce. I never got to get my sleeve. I hope you're not like that.
I'll get a tattoo at 75. I'm good.
Yeah, I hope that it's like 4 million or by the time I'm 60 something,
Okay.
like whichever comes first.
4 million, or if I'm on dialysis from diabetes.
Yeah, like
Either or.
then's a good time to go ahead. Just go ahead and get tatted up. Just a little
Yeah.
something.
I'm gonna have the time. I'm gonna be sitting down for like 3 hours at a time in the hospital.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
so you
bring them
might
in.
as well.
Yeah, I'm
You
there.
might as well yeah. They'll be giving you painkillers, you won't feel a thing.
Yeah, knock yourself out, baby. Do something crazy. Let's get into news.
Alrighty.
Remote work is costing New York City over $12 billion annually. That's right. Office workers are spending $4,661 less per person in areas near their offices versus before the pandemic began, according to a Bloomberg analysis. The Big Apple has seen the largest reduction in spending across the country, with a deficit of $12.4 billion a year. Less spending by workers in central areas means a lot less sales tax revenue, says Jose Maria Barrero, the professor at Mexico's Instituto Tecnologio Autonomo and a member of the WFH research group. I promise I could read that better if I knew that it was going to be Spanish when I started. Uh, it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, I think I'm pivoting here. I didn't know what was happening.
Right.
If you have fewer commuters, that means less revenues. The figure was calculated by multiplying the annual inflation-adjusted loss in spending per worker by the U.S. Census Bureau's nearly 2.7 million commuters and residents who worked in Manhattan in 2019. Um, in order to reach the report's conclusions, the group had obtained current working from home rates from June to November of 2022, a survey of working arrangements and attitudes waves, and computed the average amount of post-COVID work from home days. It also estimated the reduction in person days on business premises as work from home rates, as well as annual losses in spending.
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, I'm not in the office as much, so I'm not buying $18 salads. You right, you got me.
word.
You know, because that's who's down there. That's the here's the thing. That's what's down there by
Yeah,
all the offices, or just like overpriced, kind of yucky food places.
real
And that's,
talk.
so that's what you're buying. You're buying lunch. You're buying snacks. I guess. What else are you? Are you buying replacement pantyhose in case you get a run in yours, or shoes in case you break a heel? I don't know what else am I not spending a lot of money on. I guess it depends on what's surrounded. I'm just thinking about what's around my office,
Right.
and they've had to like, they've kind of had to like, all right, we'll give you some lunch options for people who need to run out and grab food and run back. That's not just an $18 salad. So there is like a taco place that opened, but it's not a fancy taco place. It's a okay taco place that
Yeah.
still is probably a little bit more than it needs to be because of where it is. There's a cookie place, but it's a extremely expensive, fancy cookie place that I personally don't like because they're too lumpy of a cookie, and I don't think they're cooked all the way through. Right? There's no like real sandwich shop necessary. There was near me, but that ended up closing probably because they couldn't afford the rent down there because they were reasonably priced. Well, actually, they probably were overpriced sandwiches, but at least it was a set. You know what I mean? Like they're place and they go away because they can't afford it there, and it's just. So I'm like, yeah, no, I guess I'm not spending $30 on lunch anymore. Yeah, that is a bummer for you.
Mm-hmm. So it happens.
But what's happening is that businesses that are out near where people live
Yeah.
are doing great because they're working from home and they're ordering food from those places, from their neighborhood restaurants. And they're, you know what I mean? Not to
Yeah.
say that they're not all owned by individuals. But yeah, maybe this is just a shift.
Yeah.
Well,
Brooklyn
look,
and Queens and the Bronx, those neighborhoods are benefiting from it, you know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I I just think overall, and I'm sure I've said this a million times. I just think with what we've gone through and are continuing to go through, sorry everyone, it's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it would be a shame if we didn't take some lessons from it and shift accordingly. Like this is a chance for everyone to kind of reassess what life is, like life in general for us right now, and make changes, big changes. And
Yeah.
everyone is just they're bleeding from the fingernails to hold on to how it was before. But this was a giant change.
Yeah.
Like you got to acknowledge that. Like I don't okay, so I don't buy a $20 falafel. Guess what? We ain't doing it no more. Like that's
Yeah.
it. So, I mean, even our Mixie mayor, Eric Adams, is like he has been very like everybody got to come back to their offices. If you work for the government, you got to come back. And
Mm-hmm.
even now, he's like, all right, I guess some of you can work from home, but only if we don't care about your only ifs, brother.
Nah,
We
homie.
don't want to come back,
At
and
all.
we won't. And now the government's fucked up because we don't want to come back because you are trying to get us back to what? Life is different now.
Listen, if
Life is
you can't
different.
stick to your vegan diet, don't make us stick to this either.
Your
Okay.
little bootleg vegan diet. Come
Straight
on
up.
now.
We've caught you too
Yeah.
many times, homie.
Eating
Okay.
fish. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm pro this. Once I knew the game was over and like it was switching when when my corner store like had to buy 2 of those little like electric bikes. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, yo, we deliver now. I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I was like, I'm happy for y'all. They're like, yeah, we doing big orders. A lot of local people, like they order stuff for the day. I come over, he's like, I got a guy 3 sandwiches every day. I was like, hell yeah, he's gonna die, but you know, I'm rooting for him. I'm glad you guys are doing well.
They could be healthy sandwiches. It could be a salad on a roll. No, it's not.
I have not seen that on the menu whatsoever.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but you having chopped cheeses 3 times today? Okay, no doubt. It's a strong move.
Maybe it's a little hub. Maybe it's him and another coworker, and they're meeting up somewhere else, and they are having.
But I think it's great. I love seeing like the local businesses getting a shot. And I agree. I think more people should look at recalibrating what life could be. You know, this is the most I've ever looked at real estate outside of Brooklyn ever. Not crazy far. I'm looking at like Jersey.
Well, you know, I mean,
but that's huge for me. Like,
yes.
I got like IGs that I follow. They'll be like, yo, 15 minutes from the city. I was like, okay, I could do that. That's
right.
That's a trip for me. But
I mean, honestly, if you were looking for property in like Crown Heights, that would be big for you. You're pretty hardcore about your neighborhood.
Hell yeah, I love
you
my
don't even
hood.
want to be another place in Brooklyn. Like you want to be where you are.
Straight up. I did not ever want to leave East New York. I still don't, but I have to open my eyes. Like I look at, all right, you know, that's nice over there in Bushwick. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know, I could do that one day. You know, I got dreams. Now, real talk, I would live in the other side of Brooklyn only because I think I've told you this. I want to be hood Spike Lee. I want to be Spike Lee for the Nets. I want to sit in the worst seats at Barclays every game.
I think you for the Nets currently could literally be the Spike Lee and have your feet on the boards. I think you can be qualified.
Yo.
And if you wear enough black, they'll probably put you in. Like,
yo, I'm ready.
They struggling right now. It's a bit of a struggle for them.
I'm with it. Yo, they traded everybody away. I'm still here. Okay.
Not a struggle, but a struggle. It is. It is different. It's yeah.
I ain't going nowhere, okay? But I would love to like live within walking distance. You know, just because 41 home games is a lot to like be, you know, coming from the other side of Atlantic Avenue.
Yeah, I guess. Oh,
other than that, I love my hood all day, but I could see myself moving closer so I could like, you know, go in there, walk in and walk home. You know, it's gonna happen. You know, put it out there in the air, in the ether. You know, I want to live near Barclays so I could walk there, and I want to sit in the worst seats. I want to sit upper, and watch the game from there. But I want that to become the thing. I want to slowly like buy out the box, and every game I watch it with a whole new a new group of people that like I donated the seats to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, you've got a weird little game plan there, but you know it may work for you.
That's my vision. Putting it out there. You know it's gonna happen. In other news, Southwest Airlines CEO flew first class on American Airlines. That's right.
Damn.
Yo, this is awesome. Southwest CEO Bob Jordan flew first class on American Airlines. Jordan appeared to be flying home to Dallas on American Airlines after a hostile meeting with Southwest pilots in Baltimore. Pilots had taken part in a company rally, but when Jordan showed up to speak, the pilots walked out on him. Instead of taking Southwest back to Dallas, Jordan and his wife reportedly flew American Airlines first class to Dallas Fort Worth. Yo, shouts. Yo, that's gangster. That is gangster. I believe his name is Bob Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wild.
Okay. Wait, the rest of it is just this person's opinion. Don't even read that part.
Yeah, that's all him just wilding in general. But
yeah. That's kind of wild. Well, I mean, He went in to try and talk to the to the union, and they said no, boo. So I guess
Hey.
why would you then? In a way, it makes sense because if you just tried to talk to a bunch of pilots
Mm-hmm.
for your company and they walked out on you, why would you then get on a plane being flown by one of those pilots?
Real talk. You don't know
Fuck
how
that.
much that dude is a teamster.
Yeah, you don't know if he just walked out as well and
Yeah.
now put his little hat on and his wings and he's like, come on in. I do this as if he pulled up to their apartment. Come on in. Let me just back this plane up to you.
Shot's plane got hydraulics, yo.
It just goes down low and then comes back up.
Oh man.
But yeah, maybe you should go on just for your own safety. Get on another
I'm telling
plane.
you don't know how diehard of a union member that person is.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna take you out for my brothers, okay?
Yeah, no one wants that. You don't.
Nah,
So it might have been the smartest move on his part, but
Real
it does sound and look funny.
Oh man. I'm curious if his wife made him do this. She's like, I'm not flying on that shit. I saw how you spoke to them.
She's just like, there's no way. I mean, how did they get there? Did they get there on Southwest? You know what I mean? Like, did they have to buy a special ticket, or was this the return that they already had booked?
Yeah, that's extra aggressive if you change the flight.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that meeting went terrible. We can't fly on that, honey.
We can't fly on that. That's possible that they're on their phones trying to get a flight, or
for our safety, honey, we can't do this. Oh man, good luck with that battle, Bob. But your travel options are getting limited.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Finally, instead of paying adults more, some states might let companies hire kids as young as 14 to fill the labor shortage. That's right. Kids are all right. And depending on who you ask, they'll be just fine doing manual labor. Lawmakers in Iowa and Minnesota have introduced legislation in the last month proposing exceptions to child labor regulations in their respective states due to the persistent labor shortage hitting them particularly hard. Minnesota lost 90,000 workers alone during the pandemic, according to the state demographics, making it one of the tightest labor markets in the country. Iowa is not far behind, with roughly 75,000 open jobs since December, which means lawmakers in those two states are returning to a practice during labor shortages, economists told the Wall Street Journal, hiring younger workers to fill the open roles. Because of the high demand for workers, where there are holes in the system, unfortunately, child laborers can get caught up in staffing some of those holes, said David Well, a former wage and hour admin at the Department of Labor. The laws take aim at the number of hours that children are allowed to work and protect employers from liabilities due to sickness or accidents. In the case of the latter, those employers' protections dovetail with the kind of dangerous industries the bills are looking to prop up: construction in Minnesota and meatpacking plants in Iowa. The bills
out of here. Okay. Stop it. What? Hold on.
You thought we was talking about like movie theaters? Nah,
no, because the 14-year-olds are already there. Because I was like, wait a minute. I think I worked at 14. Did I?
Yo, real talk. You want me to go vegan? Tell me your 14-year-old kid is in the meatpacking plant.
I'm not eating it.
My pivot to broccoli would be instant.
It's just, we went through this. This isn't even a wartime for us, but we went through child labor. In fact, the reason the school hours are the way they are is because it was based on labor hours that we had the kids working anyway.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we can't do that. And they're like, all right, well, I guess we'll teach them, but it's got to be the same hours. Like,
get them out the way at least,
I guess here's the thing, like, the labor it's people are holding on to jobs as best they can. But we've lost a lot of workers, and no one seems to be addressing how or why we've lost a lot of workers.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems to be talking about the fact that a lot of people died over the past 2.5, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so to then be like, well, let's get kids to work is insane. It's just insane. At 14? No. No, 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 no. I
No.
think I sold cotton candy and funnel cakes at Stone Mountain Park. Maybe I was 14 or 15. And I'm sure I was not good enough to do that. Like, I definitely shouldn't have been around a big old vat of hot popping oil with batter and throwing strawberry shit on it and stuff. Like, no, that's not that.
Mm-mm. Nah.
That just seems wild. Again, like I just said, this is a time of major shifting. And here are these places like trying to hold on. Like the whole country needs to be in agreement that we need to slow the fuck down. Like we need to slow down and like assess what we've been through and assess where we're going from here. And everybody needs to be cool with it across the board. Now I know this is a fantasy that I'm talking where, you know what I mean? Where across the board, everyone's like, okay, let's not charge as much. Not everybody has the, money for it. Let's not ask so much of people. Let's not
Right.
ask so much of their money. Let's not ask so much of their time. Let's have everyone just chill and try to figure out like, whoa, 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 slow down. You know what I mean? There's always a moment in a movie when there's a lot of shit going on and everything's like falling apart and there's a leader of the crew and everyone's coming at him with something and he's always like, whoa, 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 wait, wait, wait. That's where we are right now. We're in
Word.
that part. And the country refuses to say, whoa, whoa, wait, wait, wait. Give me a minute. Let me figure this out. Country
Yeah.
won't do that. It's just going to be like, I don't know, do what we've always done. We have to continue to do it that way. Well, why? We've only been doing it that way for like, you hear people and they're like, that's the way it's been for 30 years. And I'm like, okay, but that means I was 20. So like,
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, that's not even that long. Like it's 30 years ago, but I remember how shit was at 20. So
Yeah.
like, it can be changed clearly.
Yeah. It functioned.
Yeah, it worked. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, and I don't know how to get the country who, the powers that be, everyone to just like really assess what's going on instead of throwing these wild bills everywhere because everyone's trying to capitalize to get their, like, I don't know how to get that to happen, but I know it ain't making 14-year-olds work in a goddamn meatpacking place. I know that ain't the answer. I know it's not having them work construction. That ain't it.
Yo, that is
I know I don't
wild.
want no 14-year-old working construction. I need to see
Straight
the
up.
14-year-old. Let me see these arms. You know what I
Seriously,
mean?
B.
Like, I'm thinking of 14-year-olds and they are not prepared.
No. Freshman year of football. I still remember my homeboy Brian Gill, RIP, but he showed up and the coach was like, yo, season starts in 2 weeks. You can't legally play because you are 98 pounds. You need to be 100 pounds. Okay? Like, that's a real 14-year-old kid. Like,
Right.
that's this kid that like, and that guy's gonna go and be in charge of pounds of meat. And like my kids are 13 and 14 now. Like, I love them. They're intelligent, hardworking kids at their class, but they have a lot of stupid moments. A lot of them. Like a lot. Consistently. And they're trying to not have them. Like they're not
Right.
even like kids that are silly like that. And they cannot avoid being stupid kids. It's just what kids are. And I don't want that dude in charge. Like if you tell me a teenager is involved with construction, I need stickers on all these buildings. Like I need
Every
to walk
single piece of wood.
straight
That's
up.
a sticker that says a
Like,
child did this.
yeah,
A
like I need
child
to
did
know,
this.
like as a person, I could avoid doing that, like walking in that building. I need all awareness. I need to every time I buy something from Trader Joe's, I want to see a label. Hey, 14-year-old kid did this after class. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I want to know, what am I eating?
Also, meat packing and processing places are so fucking grimy and dirty and they are to the people that work there now.
Yeah.
To like immigrants who work there, they're the worst. How do you think they're going to be with a child?
Yo.
They're not good to the adults. How do you think they're going to look at a child? They're not going to go, oh, thank you, child, for helping us out of this labor shortage.
Nah.
No.
They're going to get they're going to get yelled at. You know what I mean?
They're absolutely, it's going to be pure abuse, the same kind of abuse that they're giving adults. And you can't, like, who cares if there are laws to protect the child if there's also a law that puts the child in that place?
Yeah.
Like, if we got rid of that part, we wouldn't need the other. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. I don't
want to hold, like, I don't want to discover how bad it is in those places on TikTok. Okay? Because
that's the other thing. Not today's child. You might have been able to do that with a 1920s child.
Straight up.
But a 2020s child? Nah, kid. You're going to shut down faster.
Straight
You're going to shut down faster.
Oh, man. If you would like to... I don't even know how to do this nice.
Yeah.
If you would like to never have a 14, 15-year-old involved with your meat packing, okay? I know I do. I don't want them anywhere near my meat packing foods, okay?
The most I want is they can sell me the quarter pounder with cheese.
Amen.
They can take my money for the quarter pounder with cheese.
Straight up, hit the button with the burger on it. That's it.
I will take a teen on fries. That's it.
Boom.
That's it. No
Straight
further.
up.
That's as far as I want them next to the meat. A teen on fries.
If the customer can't see the teen, he's too far in.
He's too far back.
He's too far back. That's the rule. Okay? Boom. We figured it out. If he works at the Gap, he got to be in the front. He can't be in the back. Everything. That should be the general rule. Okay?
Wow. Yep. No, you're absolutely right. That's
Real
it.
talk. We need multiple eyes on these kids for their safety and ours. Okay? That's the new legislation. All right? If you would like this pass, all you got to do is like, subscribe to the show, baby. 4 stars, you trying to hide the kids in the back, okay? No, we're not having that over here. 5 stars, we can see every kid, okay? The kids are streaming online right now in our America, okay? We can see where they all work, okay? If you have any articles you want us to cover, DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo, at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs to the homie Aaron Anderson and Lori McDaniels. Always appreciate y'all. With all that said, I am the constantly watching kids, but only in a healthy way. Gastor Almonte.
Only in a healthy way.
Keeping them safe with the homie Shalewa Sharpe, okay?
I'm on fries.
She's on fries,
I'm on
baby.
fries. I'm a kid at heart, so
Amen.
I'm on fries.
Amen. This has been a kid-friendly episode of The War Report. You know what I mean? Catch y'all next time. Peace.